As downtown Portland businesses continue to struggle with the economic impacts of the pandemic and damage from the riots, there are some signs of optimism. Fox 12's Simon Gutierrez explains why a prominent local developer is doubling down on downtown Portland.
Downtown Development Group recently spent several $1 million to buy what's basically an entire city block in the Pearl District. The group's president says despite what's happened the past year, he's bullish on Portland's future. The past year has been something of a paradox in downtown Portland. The streets largely abandoned by business traffic, but then also regularly taken over by both peaceful protests and far less peaceful riots.
Obviously, Portland's had some setbacks. And we're not going to get out of it overnight, but we still believe in it long term.
Greg Goodman is co-president of Downtown Development Group, which recently bought several properties that make up a city block in the Pearl District. The multi-million-dollar investment is a gamble on the city's beleaguered core bouncing back.
It's a tough time to make an analysis of how long it's going to take. Right now, people aren't allowed back in offices. So when you get that back and you get businesses open, then you will be able to measure how far of a setback that we have had.
Already, though, Portland businesses are reporting signs of life and optimism.
During the day, foot traffic is up. During the day, there are positive experiences of activation that are happening. Retail sales are up for many. There's a sense of hope.
But to really get downtown Portland back on its feet, Goodman says there's work that needs to be done, both in terms of cleaning up and cracking down on crime.
There's no doubt there needs to be some reform within the police bureau, or police bureaus in general, especially profiling and so on. But the answer isn't to do what they're doing now, which is having less police. You can't be putting park rangers out there with whistles and expecting the murder rate and the crime rate to go down. We need to have appropriate police.
Goodman hopes city leaders will work together to make the changes that will help bring Portland's downtown core back to life.
It's no longer Portland resting on its laurels. Our laurels don't mean anything anymore. We need to get to work. We need to roll up our sleeves.
For struggling downtown restaurants, there is some help on the horizon. The Small Business Administration just announced it will begin taking applications starting next week for more than $28 billion in federal funding targeted specifically to the restaurant industry. I'm Simon Gutierrez, Fox 12 Oregon.